కామ్రేడ్ ప్రతాప్ రెడ్డి గారు, కామ్రేడ్ అజీజ్ పాషా గారు, others on the dais, and comrades and friends. The book just released covers three turbulent phases of Telangana history. First, the decade of 1940s, beginning from 1939, extending into early 1950s, that is, up to 1952 general elections. The second phase was from the late 1960s to early 70s, covering separate Telangana movement of 1969. The third phase is the present early 21st century, starting from the renewal of the separate Telangana movement and its successful culmination in 2014 and the aftermath. These are the three phases which have come out by reading this book, distinct phases. The personality of Burgula Narasimha Rao that emerges from these phases is of a freedom fighter, social activist, and a distinguished public intellectual with a secular outlook, convictions of a socialist, and one steeped in democratic values. He was open-minded and non-dogmatic, with courage of convictions and with a readiness to take independent stand, forthright in articulation and with personal integrity of the highest order. These days, changing ideas is often a cloak for jumping from one party to another for the sake of position and power. These were quite alien to Burgula Narasimha Rao. The only public position he valued most was to work consistently as Sarpanch of his native village, Burgula, where he did a great deal of service for the development of the village. The first phase in Telangana started with the formation of Comrades Association in 1939 in the so-called Muslim-ruled princely state of Hyderabad. But this association was started by the leading Muslim intellectuals like Professor Alam Kundmeri, renowned poet Comrade Makhdoom Mahyuddin, Comrade Ibrahim, and Comrade Jawad Razvi, together with Dr. Raj Bahadur Gaud and Omkar Prasad. The objective was to struggle for achieving freedom, democracy, and socialism in a princely state, and this was written in 1939. It was formed in 1939. Andhra Mahasabha, starting as a movement for the revival of Telugu language through the establishment of libraries and for other social reforms, soon grew into a militant mass movement led by the communist leaders like Comrade Ravi Narayan Reddy and Comrade Baddam Ellareddy against feudal exploitation and for land to the tiller. Its demands soon graduated from the formation of responsible government under the aegis of Nizam to the liquidation of princely state and its merger with the Indian Union under freedom and democracy. Achieving independence in 1947, police action and the merger of the Hyderabad state in the Indian Union in 1948 and first general elections in 1952 were the historic events which happened within a little over a decade, perhaps not quite anticipated by the leaders in the Telangana. Burugula Narasimha Rao was a witness as well as a participant in the events of this momentous phase. He had to go underground and was imprisoned. He was physically tortured severely by the anti-communist goons among the youth after the police action. He recovered from this to resume his studies, became the president of the Nizam College Students' Union, General Secretary of the All Hyderabad Students' Union, and later President of the All India Students' Federation. In the turbulent second phase, he became unhappy with the discrimination meted out to Telangana in the integrated state of Andhra Pradesh and organized a convention of intellectuals in the wake of the movement for the formation of separate state of Telangana. He invited me to speak on this at this convention. I came from Delhi to participate in this event, went around the city, witnessing the demonstrations and speaking to a number of people. Returned to Delhi, I wrote in the leading dailies in July 1969, explaining the people's unrest in Telangana and how the formation of separate state of Telangana is the only solution. Burugula Narasimha Rao continued to be actively speaking and writing for the formation of Telangana state in the last phase, including his memorandum to the Sri Krishna Commission, which is included in the book. There are two interesting issues, among others, raised in this book, which are intellectually stimulating and will continue to be debated and investigated. The first issue was brought out into sharp focus when, in the wake of police action in 1948, there were widespread communal riots in Marathwada and Karnataka of the old Hyderabad state, in which thousands of innocent Muslims were killed, while Telangana was largely free from such incidents, as brought out by Sundarlal Committee. This was appointed by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Burugula Narasimha Rao traces the roots of this religious tolerance in Telangana to the cosmopolitanism of the Qutub Shahi rule as distinct from the Asif Jahi rule. With detailed documentation, again in this book it is there. It is for investigation whether the Qutub Shahi legacy of cosmopolitanism was carried forward by the Marxian influences triggered by the Comrades Association formed in 1939. As an ideology, Marxism was prominent and widespread in Telangana, at least for 2 decades thereafter. A telling example is provided by the incident in one of the early sessions of Andhra Mahasabha narrated by Comrade K. Pratap Reddy in his recent book on Ravi Narayan Reddy. If you can correct me if I am not accurate, a delegate speaking in the session in Urdu was interrupted frequently by some. Who even moved a resolution the next day for banning speeches in languages other than Telugu. At this, Comrade Ravi Narayan Reddy and Badamalla Reddy intervened to say that participating delegates should be free to speak in any language spoken in Telangana and ensure the defeat of that resolution. I think a very distinguished person who was one of the sponsors of the resolution walked out of the meeting. This is what they in their book. The second issue is about the roots of the movement for separate Telangana. Narsingh Rao traces this to the Mulki agitations of the early 1950s in Telangana and even further to the Mulki agitations of 1920s. This has been going on since then. These agitations were motivated to secure jobs for the locals. Separate Telangana movement, according to Burgul Narsingh Rao, goes beyond the concerns of jobs for the educated locals and is concerned with the issues of overall development of the region by investing the region's revenue surpluses within Telangana itself. Thank you very much.
Xerox